Okay. This
Three
is my third.
maybe accounts, but
This
how
is
many
my third trying
people left
to do
firsthand
this.
accounts of the gold plates? Like, give me a number. Like,
Left first-hand accounts.
yeah, how many people left firsthand
Okay,
accounts
there's a tongue
that they
jet. You see that
had
tongue
seen the gold
jet?
plates?
That they had seen the plates.
Firsthand accounts that they had seen the gold plates.
That they had seen the plates.
Yes.
I don't know, there could be about a dozen people who said they saw something like this, but that doesn't mean that it's a divinely inspired artifact.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the witnesses, the 3 witnesses and the 8 witnesses, technically we only have signatures to statements, all of which were written by Oliver Cowdery.
Okay, so
none of the men
real
actually
quick,
signed it themselves.
but here's the thing. That was just Cowdery. They all testified later in their life that they had seen the gold plates outside of what Cowdery wrote. Cowdery was just
We're gonna
providing
see
the
a big
printer's
tongue
manuscript
jet
to actually
here.
publish it.
Boom,
So that's just a
there it
bad
is.
argument. The other thing, but here, outside of what Cowdery wrote, Cowdery was just providing the printer's
Doesn't like
manuscript to
this.
actually publish it. So
Boom.
that's just a bad argument. The other thing, but here's the thing though. You have here's a first-hand eyewitness statement from David Whitmer shortly before his death in 1887. He said, quote, "I wish now, standing as it were in the very sunset of life and in the fear of God, for once and all to make this public statement, that I have never in any time denied my testimony or any part thereof, which has so long been published in the Book of Mormon. I also testify to the world that neither Oliver Cowdery nor Martin Harris at ever time denied their testimony. They both died reaffirming the truth of the divine authenticity of the Book of Mormon. Oliver's last words to me were, quote, 'Brother David, be true to your testimony of the Book of
no
Mormon.'"
tongue jet.
Okay? Now, do you have the of the Book of Mormon?
Take a look
Oliver's
at
last
this.
words to me were, quote, "Brother David, be true to your testimony
Boom.
of the Book of Mormon."
That's
Okay?
all-
Now,
that's
do you
all
have
bad for
any
Trent.
extant, first-hand, signed statements like this for the resurrection? Yes or no?
No, we don't have that.
Okay. Why would David Whitmer make a statement like that after leaving the church and believing that Joseph Smith was a false prophet?
He made that statement because he had given a previous interview where he said, as I quoted, where he said that the angel, he did not see the appearance or shape of the angel, he felt an impression. And then when that caused an outcry, he clarified that. But what's
And
interesting
what's the source of that quote that you just
Another
gave?
tongue
he was
jet.
giving an interview with, here, I can bring it up here if you like. Let's see.
tongue jet
But I
is
do know he also said in his own
extreme
word, address in his own
Would you admit there's a lot of-
address to all Christians, he said that God spoke to me again by his own voice and told me to separate myself from the Latter-day Saints.
So it's true that David Whitmer did have a falling out with Joseph Smith over the failure of a financial failure that happened, and he felt that Joseph should have known better, but he never denied his testimony.
It
in the Book
was
of
an
Mormon.
interview with John Murphy, dated in 1880, when Whitmer said that. And then later he clarified
So,
it.
John, did you know that the statement I just read was in response to what Murphy had claimed that he had
Another
said?
one.
He said that David Whitmer actually came out and said, Murphy
Sheesh.
is lying. I didn't say that.
No, he said that he never denied. He said that
you're
he
just
never.
unfamiliar
No,
with it.
he said that he never denied his testimony. But his testimony is that he felt an impression of the angel, not that he beheld it. He never denied that part. He just said, "I never denied my testimony."
Here's a quote
but
from
Mormon
can I-
testimonies
so, what do you think
conflate
of-
the
I wanna ask
natural
what you think
and
of this.
spiritual eye.
So David Whitmer said this. Someone accused him of being hallucinating. He said, "No, sir, I was not under any hallucination, nor was I deceived. I saw with these eyes, I heard with these ears. I know of which I speak. Everything was as natural to us as it is at any time." In other words, it's simply you're relying on sources. I want everyone to know this. He's relying on sources that are enemies of the church that wanted to try and make it seem like they had contradicted their testimony. Now, to go on, do you think it's plausible that Joseph Smith did indeed have plates of some kind, some sort of a metal object?
Yeah, similar to how the Kinderhook plates existed.
So you think it's plausible?
Can I finish? Similar to how the Kinderhook plates existed and those were a hoax, or James Strang had the Voorhees plates.
Did the
Yeah, he
Voorhees-
could have had plates like that.
Okay, so first of all, Joseph, all of those things are hearsay accounts of what people said that Joseph said. Okay, you have no statement from Joseph Smith saying that he had confirmed that any of those things were
It was his
legitimate.
own scribe who said that he invested. William Plain, it was his own scribe who said that he saw that.
Someone said that he said. These are secondhand accounts. Now, you said that you think it's plausible that he did. My question is, why is it more likely than not? That's what plausible means. Why is it more likely than not that Joseph had
First,
those
let me be
plates?
clear. Those plates existed. You were referencing whether Joseph Smith attempted to translate the Kinderhook plates. The original question was, do I think that there were plates? There certainly could have been, just like there were the Kinderhook plates.
No,
and
I'm
the
asking
Voorhees
if it's
plates.
plausible. Do you think it's plausible, more likely than not, that Joseph had metal plates of some kind?
I think it's plausible he had some kind of an object.
Why?
People often testify
Why?
there were people said they saw an object.
So the
with
witnesses,
cloth over.
you think that the witnesses are reliable to say that it is
crazy,
reliable that he
yes.
had something. You just deny that what he had actually contained the plates.
No, I deny that what he had were 550 pages worth of information transcribed onto 40 golden plates in a language called Reformed Egyptian that never existed in the history of the world.
So you don't have there were never any statements of exactly how many plates that there were. And also, if you're going to say that he forged metal plates, do you have any evidence that he forged metal plates? Is there anything in the historical record showing that he actually had the ability to do that, the resources, any of it?
No, but that's not my job to prove whether he did or didn't do that. The fact is there are many different hypotheses. And so if we have one hypothesis that God preserved plates that actually have information that couldn't have been contained on them in a language that didn't exist, or there were artifacts similar to other fake metal artifacts that did exist at the time, that seems more likely to me.
Okay, so why did Oliver Cowdery say the following on
There's
his
a big
deathbed?
tongue
It was
right
no
there.
dream.
Similar to other fake metal
I covered
artifacts that did
this
exist
in
at the
a video,
time,
but my audio
that seems more
was
likely.
cut out.
Okay, so why did Oliver
That
Cowdery...
seems more likely to me. He doesn't believe that. This is a lie. So we're going to hit him. Boom. We're going to hit him with the tongue jet. He knows it's not more likely to him.
the following on his deathbed?
crazy.
It was no dream, no
Goes for the water.
vain imagination of the mind. It was real.
Feeling the hot sweat.
because the
Poor
Mormon,
Trent. I love Trent, but man,
the early Mormons at that time, you could read Michael Quinn's book, Mormonism and the Magical Worldview. What they say is whether something is real is something where the natural eye and the spiritual eye come together. So, for example, in the testimony of the three witnesses, it says that they saw the plates by the power of God, which is weird because I can see. Let me finish. I can see these without the power of God. That makes me seem like it's something a bit more
Did
visionary.
the 8 witnesses say that they saw it by the power of God?
I'd have to go back to their testimony of it.
Okay, John Whitmer was one of the 8
there's
witnesses.
gonna be another tongue jet because I've seen this before. This is just him not knowing stuff.
Before his death, he was asked the
So now he's gonna inform him.
following
There's a tongue jet.
question about the rumor that they had only seen it under a cloth or in a vision. A newspaper article asked John Whitmer directly. He said, quote, he asked him, did you see it under the plates? And John said, quote, no. Joseph handed them uncovered into our hands, and we turned the leaves sufficient to satisfy us. Why should we believe you over the actual witnesses?
You wouldn't have to disbelieve me. There could be plates like Kinderhook of Ori that you turn and you look at, but they're not actually ancient plates.
But you have no evidence of Joseph committing metallurgical fraud.
No, I don't need that because there were other people committing metallurgical fraud. And just like you have no evidence that they contain a reformed Egyptian writing or had any of these documents on them.
We have plenty of evidence when you look at the Book of Mormon and you read it.
It could have been someone else, or he could have done that through someone else. I don't have to provide a complete alternative account. All I have to say is that this miraculous account is severely lacking in evidence and contradicting
evidence. Did they risk their lives to keep those testimonies, to say those things?
Who, Joseph Smith?
Those witnesses.
Well, I know that Joseph Smith was certainly risking his life because the Illinois authorities were certainly...
What about the extermination order on Mormons in Missouri?
Can I finish? Well, here's the issue. Many religious people risk their lives living out their faith. So we're talking about the original witnesses here. And whether someone risks their life shows evidence of their sincerity or at least their commitment.
All right, so Jacob, whenever you want to...
Wow. Jacob Hanson destroys Trent Horn.